How's everybody doing? This is Boxing Spectrum, making a video for the fights tomorrow on the dance platform, which I think it's the most underrated product in the cruiserweight division. This pretty much, it's not a redo since Usyk won. We had these fighters that were undefeated, but we have a new guy, you know, the new fish, Andrew Tabiti. So you know, I don't know how exactly, I'm speaking off, you know, on a whim here, how this exactly works. But so Usyk, does he abandon his titles? I don't know. I'm kind of wondering. If he hasn't done yet, I think he has for one, you know, of his unified belts. Will this be disputed between the guys we have contending in this tournament? I don't know, but you know, whether, I mean, was it Glowacki? Was he in the last tournament? I can't recall, but anyhow, he did lose to Alexander Usyk in his 9th pro fight, okay? And Dorticos definitely was. He lost to Murat Gassiev. And we have the guy from Poland, correction, from Latvia, Marius Bradis, okay? And this guy, he was in the tournament, and he did lose to Usyk, okay? To Alexander Usyk by split decision. Okay, so basically Alexander Usyk won by majority decision, all right? So anyhow, before I start going on a tangent and making a soup salad, I'm gonna bring it in, okay? First and foremost, I'm going to be speaking about the fight between Andrew Tabiti and Yuniel Dorticos, which I consider to be the most interesting fight. And like I said, this tournament, even though it's pretty much a redo, it's the most underrated product, you know, because I just watched a few fights and some highlights from these fighters, you know, and these guys are amazing. No wonder they were undefeated and they lost anyhow to Alexander Usyk. Moving on, he's going to the heavyweight division, and as I believe Murat Gassiev is also as well. You know, strong guys, you know. Will they succeed in the heavyweight division? That's a subject or topic for another video. Anyhow, Andrew Tabiti, did I mention this is a 50-50 fight? Okay, he's the new fish in town in the tournament. This guy's from Nigerian descent. He's an American, and he's got 17 KOs with 13 knockouts, giving him a 76% KO ratio. Okay, I watch his videos. From my appreciation in the training, he's not the biggest of punchers. Even though he has 76% KO ratio, he's gone the distance with the most recognizable opponents he has in his resume, which are a few, because with 17 fights, he's just barely making a name for himself. And to be included in this tournament, obviously, he showed potential. And for my appreciation in the fights, you know, okay, this is pretty much at combat speed. He is a very, very good fighter. And I have to say that I'm going to include this guy in one of my favorites. Andrew Tabiti. He's fast and precise. He's fast and fluid. And he's precise. And he's got very good boxing ability. Okay? And he shows to have good defense. Okay? And I'm not going to rate him so high on defense, because I did see that he was training with Mayweather. So they kind of do mimic, I'm not going to say pattern, because you cannot really emulate a guy like Mayweather in the Mayweather gym, assuming that he's going to be like, you know, the one I just mentioned, the aforementioned, and copy his style like many are trying, and mold himself to be that fighter. No, because this guy's an individual. He's his own. Just because he was throwing some mitts with Mayweather Sr. doesn't mean, you know, that if he did a little bit that I would want to, you know, kind of like say, oh, he's trying to copy Mayweather, that I'm going to criticize him for trying to be that guy, you know. A copycat. Basically, no, because this guy, he throws fast, accurate punches, especially his jab. That was a selling point to me, that I consider him to be one of the category, my favorites to follow. You know, with 70% KO ratio and 70 fights and 13 knockouts, which I'm overlooking so much, not so much the resume, that's the reason why. But I mean, he is undefeated. He is the new fish, and these guys have more experience in the tournament, so that can be an advantage. But anyhow, like I mentioned, these qualities that I was able to appreciate in him. Big question, the chin yet to be figured out, because he does have a good defense. Okay, and he's a fast, fluid, accurate puncher with good boxing ability. As I'm going to reiterate, watch my words. Fast, fluid, accurate puncher with good boxing ability and decent power. Okay, and so very good jab. I'm not going to harp too much on the defense, but like I said, I'm going to judge the man for himself. And these questions that are surrounding his chin are going to be answered, because his opponent, okay, is going to be Yuniel Dorticos, who lost to Murat Gassiev, okay, in the 12th round, in the last minutes of the fight, and was able to get up from the ground. His only lone loss, okay, because this guy was undefeated, but now he is 23 fights in his record with 21 KOs and only one loss with 85% KO ratio. And contrary to the Cuban school of boxing, because he is a Cuban, I mean, he's a counter puncher, but this I would like to highlight, he's a pressure fighter with good knockout power. And I'm not knocking on the Cubans, but this guy throws more punches than your typical, usual Cuban fighters that we have seen recently. Okay? That go in there and don't risk, and, you know, kind of like only do enough to win a close decision or get a draw. You know? But anyhow, this guy is a cruiserweight. He's a big guy. He's a counter puncher. And he throws shots with good timing. And whether he's very fast or he's not, his punches are thrown with the timing that he's able to not pick his shots, but land them at will and score with his punches, okay? When he does get his offense going. So this guy, he's a come forward, seek and destroy type of character. You know, with very good knockout power at, you know, 85%. 23 fights and 21 KOs with only one loss against a strong man in Murat Gassiev, who's moving to the heavyweight division. Okay? Tough guy, you know. Gassiev, iron chin. Right? So this guy's power's for real. His boxing skills are very good. His timing is excellent. His accuracy and his accuracy is very good, okay, because he does land sometimes at will, okay, and he's shown to have heart, even though he got knocked out in the 12th round. With only that loss, he was able to get off the canvas, but he was hurt. Credit to Gassiev. That was a very good win. And if many people, just to close this, what I'm speaking about here, about these cruiserweights, are overlooking this tournament, and these fighters, they are very, very good fighters. Like I said, the most underrated product in the cruiserweight division. Even with Alexander Usyk winning and moving up, these guys were undefeated at one point, bringing titles into, you know, into contention. But now, no wonder they're redoing this. But then you got Andrew Tabiti, the new fish, like I mentioned. Very good fighter and one of my favorites to follow. But this Yuniel Dorticos is a very, very tough guy, okay? And I'm going to close off this video for this fight. And anyhow, this is a 50-50 fight. I'd like to emphasize that. But my prediction, okay, is this a make or break prediction? No. But my boxing IQ will lead me to believe that this is a 50-50 fight. And Dorticos has the experience, the knockout power. Andrew Tabiti, formidable power. Very good boxing ability. Very accurate, fast jab. And I think, the new kid wins this fight. And Andrew Tabiti, the American, the Nigerian-American guy. Not so much because he's an undefeated fighter. This will be a tough fight. And I might be mistaken, just like any 50-50 fight can go down. But in my appreciation, Andrew Tabiti is one of my favorites to follow. And am I completely sold? Well, there's a lot of questions surrounding the chin, what I would like to see in live combat speed, not just in training. Because at 17 fights with 13 KOs, this is a step up fight for him in Yuniel Dorticos, which has proved his mettle. But anyhow, I do favor Andrew Tabiti to win this fight and move on in the tournament by decision. So my prediction here is Andrew Tabiti to win this fight by decision. This is Boxing Spectrum. Peace.